Kato Mzansi, welcome back to SA Political Lens. Aish, Sarah. Today we're diving deep, and I mean really deep, into a story that still shakes the Northwest. Wandile Bozwana, the businessman who tried to expose tender corruption and the powerful people linked to his death.
Yo, John, this one, it's heavy. Bozwana wasn't just some businessman. He was brave, calling out corruption in the Northwest government, and he paid with his life.
Exactly. October 2015, on the N1 in Pretoria, his car was ambushed, shot multiple times. It was no random crime. 4 months earlier, he'd blocked tenders worth more than 470 million rand. That's serious money, serious enemies.
And then there's Supra Mahumapelo, the former Northwest premier. Bozwana had been publicly accusing his administration of deep corruption. He even said the province was being run like a private business.
Yeah, and don't forget Fikile Mbalula. Allegedly, Bozwana gave him a 1 million rand loan to fund that flashy Las Vegas boxing trip. Mbalula's denied it, of course, but the optics, Sarah, are bad.
And then there's the underworld link, Vusi Keke, the so-called taxi boss. He was one of the people convicted for Bozwana's murder and sentenced to 30 years. You see how all these worlds, politics, business, and crime, just overlap.
Exactly. And now Brown's comments about this case suddenly make sense. He said Mbalula's name came up before in connection with Bozwana's murder and that it was swept quietly under the carpet.
And we shouldn't just dismiss that. When people like Bozwana or Babita Deokaran die exposing corruption, we owe it to them to ask questions, loudly.
We do, because here's the thing. If Mbalula was in touch with Vusi Keke, the convicted killer, we deserve to know why. What kind of relationship was that? Why were they seen at the same events?
Exactly. And what about that loan? If there really was one, why has it never been properly investigated? The committees and commissions must step in. They can't just ignore this because it involves big names.
Brown's not innocent himself, we all know that. But even a dodgy source can raise the right question. Why are some alleged criminals treated differently? Some get dragged, others, silence.
Yeah, and that silence is dangerous. Wandile Bozwana was like the Babita Deokaran of the Northwest. He stood up against corruption, and instead of protection, he got bullets.
And now, almost 10 years later, it's like the country's moved on, but the questions, the same ones, still hang over us. Who benefited from Bozwana's silence? Who ordered the hit? And why is no one in high office being questioned?
Exactly. We can't say we care about corruption when we let these stories fade. Transparency isn't a favor, it's a duty.
Mzansi, this is where we stand. We demand answers. If there's nothing to hide, then tell us the truth. Until then, the legacy of Wandile Bozwana remains unfinished.
That's it from us today on SA Political Lens. Let's keep the pressure on, keep asking the tough questions, and remember, justice delayed is justice denied.
Yeah, stay sharp, Mzansi. And we'll catch you on the next one.